Yeah, Skip, you're quite a bit off there. I think I'm pretty damn close, if maybe a tuner to me here. N9 AMI, and you got a good signal there, Skip. Back to you.
Yeah, Skip, you're on frequency there. Can you copy KI6 CSA?
I don't know where the hell he's at. I don't know what's going on with it. Oh, wrong radio. Yeah, Skipper.
Now, here a little bit of frequency there, Chris. Good evening. KI6SA, welcome aboard. There, both pretty good signals there. And I thought I may have heard Phil in the N6WHK or wherever else it was. This is 56LL. Anybody else? Hey, heard right there, kids. It was me, N6WHK. I was on 50 when you guys are a little higher. N6WHK.
Yeah, we should probably get a little bit lower because, you know, those guys above us haven't bothered us for a while, but hate to bother them.
So let's go down a little lower.
Hey, hello.
I don't know, I'm just following everybody else. Skip's a professional, he's got this.
I did 5 Skip, and that's it.
Three of you on the list, and let's see if there's anybody else. I have George, YEC, KI6 CSA, and 6WHK. Is there anybody else for the Swan Ed? K6LVL.
Yeah, N9 AMI's here.
Okay, nice signal through there, John. Good evening to you. Well, we got a good start here. Anybody here pulled yet? K2LMQ? He's been a little scarce, maybe because lightning problems or other things there. Anyway, welcome to the Swan Net. Always glad to have you. So let's go back to the top there, W6YEC and then KI6CSA, Chris. And Chris, good to hear you. It's been a while. And then to Phil, and then to John. And 9 AMI, and then please move between the transmissions. Gentlemen, welcome to the Swan Net, K6LDL. VWS. Okay, VWS Orca Drive. Tell you what, let's take a short one there, Ron, and then turn it back to George. Over. No, I'll go ahead and wait my turn, Skip, so go ahead and give it to George. Okay, George, that's your turn, sir.
Okay, very good. Good evening, one and all. W6YEC, nice to have Chris joining us. This is Swan for 100. Boy, what a nice video. Anyway, Chris glad you're here. And Phil, John, and Ron. Nice signal. Well, good to hear everybody. I'm on the Swan 500. And I've been heading on for a while, so everybody sounds real good to it. And Phil and I were at lunch today with some of the guys we meet with on Saturday, Barker Breed, and we received a photograph of the Swan Electronics Corporation right in front of the building there back in the 60s. And the whole crew of Swan employees, 50, at least 50 employees, and Herb is on the right-hand side, the shirt and tie on, and then there's two boys standing there, and I'm going to assume they're his boys. And then another gentleman next to him that has a suit on, a suit coat. And one guy with a bow tie, and everybody else casual, basically casual dress. And let's see, I saw another, where did I see that? I thought I saw another young man in there someplace. Maybe I was remembering the two on the end there. Anyway, we got that photograph. Bill got one too. And so we have a nice, it's a black and white photograph of the building, Swan Electronics Corporation, and all the employees with her company. So I thought you might get a kick out of that there, Skip. Kind of neat. Maybe we'll put it in a frame and just put it with the other certificates or what have you. With,
You should scan it.
amateur radio here.
Scan it, George.
That's kind of a nice reminder of the Swan Corporation and their contributions to amateur radio. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well, and we're I think the scuba trip and the week after that I was just going, catching up with me there. I just got a bunch of sleep, and last night I fell asleep on my couch, and then got up, went to bed at 8:45, and got up early today, had a Zoom call, and then this afternoon after lunch got home here and listened to the swamp that laid back down and got another couple hours in. Boy, oh boy. Anyhow, that's what's going on here. We've gotten most of the equipment distributed. Still got a bunch of small stuff, tuners and VHF rigs and all that to deal with, VHF amplifiers, but some of the big stuff went bye-bye. Anyway, with that, let me give her over to my friend Chris. Sounding pretty good tonight, Chris. KI6 CSA, working on CW, W640C. WB6WL. Welcome aboard, Jay. Go ahead, Chris. KI6 CSA, you're there, Chris? K6LVL, Jay, you're on the crew here. I don't hear Chris. Jay, and then we'll call for him. Maybe he just got a phone call or something. Go ahead and say hello to us. WB6MWL, K6LDL. Yeah, K6LDL, WB6MWL. I don't know how else in here. I did hear you, George. You sounded good. We're at the final 300 tonight. Let's see, let me turn on the watt meter here, putting out about 150 watts right now, looks like. I haven't had this on for a while, so I thought I'd run it on here tonight. So I'll turn it back to you, Skip. I don't know who else in here. K6LCL, WB6WL. Okay, very fine, Jay. WB6MWL. Let me write down your call before I forget. MWL. Yeah. Okay. Well, the list is this. W6YEC, KI6CSA, then N6WHK, then N9AMI, then KD6VWS, and then WB6MWL. So we got you there in number 6, I guess. Jay. Let's see if Chris is back. Chris, you're back. K6LVL. Well, I don't hear him, so why don't you pick it up there, Bill, and then take a stand by in case he comes back. We'll welcome him into rotation there. He probably got a phone call or something came up there. N6WHK.
how you doing, how's your picture, and all that good stuff. K6LDL.
K6LDL and 6WHK. Well, everything's coming along pretty good. There's Skip. I'm slowly putting stuff back in the kitchen. It's finished. The problem is, everything's got to be washed. Because that sawdust and sanding dust and all that on all the utensils, everything. So it's a slow process. And also I had a spat in the hospital here last week, and had minor surgery. Well, could be minor, could be major. I had my pacemaker battery upgraded. Actually, a whole new pacemaker. He split my chest open and put a new one in. And down in my, I can never remember the exact name, the femoral artery down in your groin, major artery is rather large. They went in that and ran a lead up into the heart to keep it in rhythm while they done the replace the pacemaker. So I'm sore in two places. I'm sore up on the chest and sore down in the groin. But it'll all heal, and I'll get back to normal. Actually, I spent 2 days not doing anything, and letting it heal a little bit, and started working this morning. So I've been working most the whole day in there cleaning stuff, washing things, trying to get everything back in there so I can have a good life again. I did make a pot of black-eyed peas and cornbread, and I've had that for 2 days now. So I gotta do something for tomorrow. With that, let's take a standby here for a minute, see if Chris is back. If he is, get it to him. If not, N9 AMI, pick it up in 6WHK.
Okay, Chris, are you in there? Why don't you go ahead and take one?
Yeah, I had to go to the restroom. I sent George a text to tell you guys. I guess you didn't do it. Sorry about that. Anyway, this is a KI6 PSA in Bay Park, San Diego. Just needs a fuel. And we're running a new rig to me. I don't know if I've talked on this one yet, but here we go. It's a Swan 100 MXA. I think I might have, but and we're putting out about 100. I think she swings about 120 if I'm lucky. And Shure 444 microphone. My weird-looking inverted V with the Swan Engineer big old balun up there. Let's see. What was I going to say? I got a key, a venture panel from Bob, AK6R today, with a little contester. It's like a little thing where I can practice without actually going on the air and bugging anybody. And it also can hook to a vintage Swan or something, and it has a memory, and I can put my call sign in it and other stuff, and I'll push a button and it'll transmit the CQ for me, so I have to be lazy. And I can adjust my speed and pitch and all that stuff with it. It's called an AEA contest. With a little keypad. It looks like it's probably from 70s or 80s. But anyway, everybody's sounding good. Here, everybody over the George is texting. So, what the heck is that? Sorry about I say that's major. Bill, if they blame me open and went in there, I'd say that's pretty major. Gosh, I hope you heal up good, and you sound like you're doing pretty good, so you got fresh batteries in there, so you can keep on going like the Energizer Bunny. You're a tough old guy, that's nothing for you. So let's see. Yeah, we'll hand it over to
John, he's coming in good. Jay, I'm hearing everybody. We're just visiting from Kingman, so let me hand it over to my friend John, N9 AMI, and I wondered if you're YouTubing it because I've been watching your YouTube videos. I'm curious to see how my audio sounds. So, hand it over to N9 AMI, KI6CSA.
Okay, KI6CSA, N9 AMI. I'm not streaming, but I am taking video with my my good camera tonight, and I'm mic'd up with a little lavalier microphone here on my chest, so we'll see how that turns out, but it'll be 1080 across the board, and I'll upload it. I'll upload it tonight, and it'll be up there, but I did put up a video today on the care and feeding of a new vintage radio. Just changing caps out and stuff on the Swan 350 and the power supply, so I did put that up there today. So, but anyways, regardless of that, Phil, I'm glad you're doing well. That's kind of medium, you know, not major, not minor. That you know, I guess something went wrong, you'd be in trouble. But you know, these guys do that sort of thing all the time, and you know, hopefully they got a good, I don't know what kind of battery they put in there, lithium? I don't know. But anyways, I'm sure that'll last probably the rest of your life, I would assume. I'm not sure how that works. But let's see, what else? I heard K6LK on here a little earlier. I don't know, maybe he'll chime back in. But everybody's signals are strong tonight. Chris, you're a little light, but I hear you. You're better than you were before. WA6JKN Kevin says to say hello. He's just in listening mode tonight, so again, we can all talk about him, and he can't do anything about it. And let's see, I'm on the SW175, otherwise known as the identity of the Cute 175, and running about 1500 watts with the 3CX 1200 Henry amplifier. And I'm on the loop antenna, so there you go. Am I on the loop? Yes, I am on the loop antenna. That's the setup here. I'm going to send her down to Ron, KD6VWS. Good signal as usual, Ron. Over to you, N9 AMI.
K6LK. K6VWS here. And, yeah, John, you got 30 over here, so that 1500 watts of the loop's doing the job tonight. And, yeah, well, I went for my bike ride today, no drama. It was about 70 degrees and no wind, and full sunshine, and went to the Desert Christ bar. George bought that place. Looked at it on Google Earth. It said Yucca Valley. So this should be marker. And that's quite the attraction. And then went and did a little shopping at Walmart. Got me a couple of coats and a pair of jeans. Got back home and got down here to fire this baby up. And yeah, everybody's sounding beautiful. And, you know, it's been great conditions lately. A little bit of splatter from up above, but it's not knocking anybody out, so well, let's see. I think I sent it to you, Jay. WB6MWL, KD6VWS.
Okay, Ron, KD6VWS, WB6MWL. Yeah, everybody's got a good signal here tonight. I thought I'd let you know, John, you got a little carrier on the high side of the 175 there. Might need a little adjustment or something. So, just to let you know. And, yeah, I haven't heard you for a while, Chris. Good to hear you. The MXA, 100 MXA sounds good. You're about S7 here on the Signet. So we got up to 82 here. Nice day. It was cool this morning, but ended up being pretty nice. So, haven't been doing too much here. Really, radio-wise. I got the TR-30 ready as soon. Somebody's going to pick that up at the next Claremont shop there. So cut down a little bit. I got too many radios here. I need to move some of them on. So let me, I guess it goes back to you, Skip, up here at the bottom. I'm burning up the caboose here tonight. K6LTL, WB6MW.
K6LT is good evening to you, Bill rather, and fine on all the procedures JWB6MWL, K6LVL.
Fine. And glad to hear that our friend
Phil is doing well. We got a new pacemaker and a few other tweaks that'll keep you running there a little smoother. Let's pick up our friend Bill, K6LK, and then we'll go back to the top. How are you tonight, K6LGL?
Yeah, okay, Skip. K6LGL with the group K6LK returning. Yeah, well, very good. I initially had some extra coax here rolled up, and that was causing me a problem tuning up, but I think I got it straightened out now. And hello there to Jay on the, I believe you're on the Signet 300B. I wanted to announce to the group that I'm officially the Swan Junkie, and that's what I'm going to try to do here in the future. Of course, we all know about the heat kit junkie and how he lusted after heat kits during his life, and he's no longer with us, of course, but I am the Swan Junkie. Hopefully I will be able to amass as many swans as he had heat kits. We shall see. Anyway, I'm going to turn it back there to you, Skip, because I'm a late arrival and I don't know what the order is here. K6LGL, K6LK.
Okay, Bill. K6LK, K6LGL for the Swan. Well, we do have one. I don't know if he wants to be known as a Swan Junkie, but certainly he's got a collection, and that's JWB6MWL. He's got a Swan for sale there, and he can tell you about it next time there. He's got quite a collection. I probably only got one, and that's my 500 CX. I do have a few other pieces of Swan equipment, but nothing in the way of transmitters or receivers. All right, the list as I have it, besides myself, I have W6YEC. We have KI6CSA, Chris, N6WHK, and that's Phil, followed by N9AMI, then KD6VWS, Ron there, and Joshua Tree, then WB6MWL, Jay and Claremont there, and the Inland Empire, and then you, Bill, K6LK. So that's the list as I have it here. All right, let's go back to the top, and George, very good. And by the way, fine on getting hold of the photograph of the entire Swan facility, and you said somewhere in the 60s with all the 50 employees and Herb Johnson and maybe a few guests there too. So that's nice. That's a nice historical picture, and I presume that's at the Oceanside plant, not the later. That's the old Swan organization before they went South State. Okay, over to you there, George. Tell us more about that photograph. W6YEC, the Swan Group, K6LVL.
Okay, real good. Welcome to the Swan Junkie, Phil. K6LK. Yeah, very good. I'm waiting for you to declare that, Bill. You've been talking, picking up swans, looking for swans, all that kind of stuff. So, okay, now it's official.
Hey, beautiful signal. I don't know if it's coax, but I think you're louder than I've ever heard you. Yeah, very nice. Very nice copy on you down here in Lemon Grove. So, really, really good on that. And everybody's sounding fine business. Maybe I misunderstood. I thought Jenny said he had sold his TR4 CW. Somebody waiting for somebody to pick it up. I was wondering about it. I didn't understand the other night if that was the case, if he had sold it or if you were going to sell it. But anyway, you might clarify that, Jay, because just to be sure. But I think he did sell it. Yeah, that's good. Well, I tell you, I would probably, I think, if I had somebody that was interested in the sea line, I maybe would move that out along of it. It's just a fantastic setup. But I got that VR4 and not a C, it's a B. They did put a B on there, but they did change the style of the knob and all, and you can kind of tell it matches the B line. And I noticed that a long time ago on the VR4s, and that they made just a little cosmetic change, but didn't add the B to it. Anyway, it's such a nice radio. It takes up less room, and the power supply is built into the VFO. So, and it's been solid stated. So it take up less room on the desk. Just like you, Jay, I've got too many radios, and I have moved radios off, but some of them keep trying to find their way here too. But so you really don't need an amplifier with the DR4s, except in some kind of an emergency or some kind of a situation with the best of the band just supporting them. But you'd have to cut the TR4 way down in power. Anyhow, that's something that I toyed with in my mind. But now that I've got the TR4 all fixed that I've been using, I like it. It seems to be pretty stable and all of that. So who knows? If somebody wants a TR4 and a remote VFO, well, that's a possibility too. And I got a text from Jeff, KI6 IRZ, and he sent a bunch of pictures about his working on his ham station and his workshop and all that. It's coming along. He feels like he'll probably be by January 1st he should have it all done. And he's been doing more work than just the ham station. I guess I didn't know this. He couldn't do roof on his house, but other things too. So anyway, he is still working away at it. Hoping to get on the air with something here shortly, but hasn't happened yet. But he sends his greetings. So let's see. Sorry I missed your text there, Chris, but better late than never. Oh man, well I'm running the code. Yeah, I'm trying to build. I just have programs in different ways that get it started. You just want to make sure you get it done right the first time. So, because once you get that in your head, if you actually learn it wrong, it's very hard to get it out of your head and get it in there right. It just slows you down. You can do it, but it slows you down. So if you can get a hold of the software and again, practice the receiving. Once you get the receiving down and you're hearing the letters, like, and your brain responds to it musically. So when you hear the da-da, da-da, di-di-di-da, da-da, di-da, di-di-da, that kind of thing. When you begin to hear that, and your brain's starting to work with that, then go to the key. Like if you've got a paddle or something, which since there's no test anymore, it doesn't matter. In the test, you have to take it in the stem with a straight key. But at any rate, glad you're doing that. That'll be a good exercise, and I think you'll have fun doing it. But it makes it more fun, and it makes it more efficient if you do it through a program and learn some ways of making it easier on you to memorize the code. Once you do learn it, Especially if you learn it the right way. Once you learn it, you don't forget it, really. It's like riding a bike. I've been on, I don't see much anymore. But when I go down there and I listen, it's interesting to me how I can sit there and still copy 15 words a minute or something like that, and, in my hand, and then write things down. But, and if I have to get up to 20, I got to 25, I think it was 25 words a minute, long time ago. But once you get it there, you'll always be able to just CW have a conversation. Anyway, so you think, I'm glad you're doing it. That's it for me. And so, according to my notes, it's over to you there, Mr. CW. KI6SAW6YE.
Pretty weak.
You're right about that. That goes with a lot of things, George. Like fly fishing. When I was learning how to cast, the guy was showing me, and he was saying you got to do this, you got to do that. And you get in the bad habit of moving your arm a certain way, then you're parking. Anyway, I think it goes for a lot of things. So yeah, I want to learn the right way. I downloaded an app on my phone, and I think you can use it more than anything. Having the paddle here and a little booklet to practice letters. But yeah, you're right. It's probably better to learn how to copy each person's set. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, sometimes I go down and listen to guys who get quicker. A lot of them are just so fast.
I'm going to turn the amp off here because it's kind of noisy.
Maybe when I get a little better, George, we can practice it. You can understand one word every 30 minutes. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, we're on the 100. Jay, you're booming down here. 7. Ron, always loud. Ron, we got like that sound play. Sounds good. I'm even hearing Bill. I'm hearing Bill fine. I usually don't even hear Bill. So Bill competing with Jay on the Swan Engineering.
That's interference from 3900. They run more than 3K wide and probably 4,000 watts.
Videos on YouTube, and the audio of that cute one, great audio. So,
Not good. We're 5 kilohertz down from these guys, and they're coming, blowing us out. It's not too ham friendly. There's not much I can do about it with this old rig. And that's how it was back in the day. Goes to Phil, I think.
Yeah, it does. That's okay. He got carried away there. That's okay. I know him well, so I can say that. Yeah, I'm running the Swan 350 Delta with a D104, a 444 mic on it. I hope it's sounding good. The battery in there is only good for 9 years. So 9 years from today, from Thursday's date, I gotta have it replaced again. I'm not sure what it is or what kind it is. I've been telling the guys on 2 meters, it's an energizer. It keeps me energized. So I've been joking with that. Yeah, I'm running the loop tonight. I'm not running the coaxial antenna, so I hope it's working well. I was on the loop earlier, so I just didn't change. And I'm hoping it's doing the job I wanted to do. Anyway, that's about it here. So now I'm going to turn it over to John. And I enjoyed all of your videos so far. And I did see heads up on the new one there. So, N9 AMI.
I'm going to put the amp back on.
N6 WHC.
Okay, very good. Very good. Now I cut back the mic gain a little bit. Yeah, that gives me about a 4 watt carrier. Yeah, this one's got about a 1/4 of a watt carrier J that I can't get rid of. But I haven't delved in too deep on it. But yeah, you know, it's a Swan. But okay, Phil, on the 9 years on the battery, I guess that's not too bad if you really think about it. That's not too bad at all. And I guess it kind of beats you up a little bit having the minor surgery, but I guess what's the alternative, right? So more power to you, buddy, on that. And let's see. Okay, Chris, heard you in there. You were getting clobbered a little bit by the guys above us. Nothing new there with the above us sort of situation. But I got 95% of it. So, and I'll get those files sent over to you and figure it out here. I'll put it back up on the Google Cloud and get you those Code Quick files. So I think it'll help you out. But I mean, if you don't like it, find something that works for you. That's the bottom line. Whether, like George said, you gotta, do something musically or whatever the method, you gotta find what works for you. But it's not that difficult. Just a little time in, and it's kind of fun. Make it fun for yourself. That's the thing. If it's not fun, well, then you don't want to do it. It's a hobby. It's supposed to be fun. I don't work a lot of CW, but I keep up on it. I even have a little app on my phone that will send me CW, and I've got to copy it right on the phone and type it in, and just to stay, stay rocking and rolling on it if I'm bored. Although I can come in here and turn one of these radios on and do the CW thing there too. So, but occasionally I get on with an uncle of mine back in Florida, and he's a big CW guy and big Vibraplex guy, and he not Vibraplex, gosh darn, a bug guy, and we work a little CW, so I can always knock the rust off. But definitely. When I did that Code Quick program, it locked it in my head. Even though I don't do a lot of CW, I can still plug a key in. And I remember a year or two ago on this, I think it was this net, the band was horrible. I plugged my key in. Nobody could hear anybody. I heard George, and faintly I think I heard Skip, and I just set my call sign, and George heard it and checked me in. Not that it needed to be checked in, but he knew I was there. So you don't lose it once you learn it right. Kind of like riding a bike. Might be a little wobbly, but you can definitely go down the street. And what else? That's it. I guess I don't really. Bill, you sound good. The Swan junkie. Well, it's better than being a junkie of other things these days. So that's all right. You're not shooting up anything. You're just collecting. And I've seen. I don't know. I know Jay's got a lot of stuff there, but I've seen what Bill has up on his shelf in his one of his radio areas there, and geez, I don't know. What did I count? 20-something swans, something like that. I don't know. Maybe he'll fill us in, but he's got plenty of stuff there for sure. Atlas, Swan, you name it. He's got a bunch. But I'm sure Jay's got a bunch too. And of course, don't forget, you guys, 20 meters. Jay runs it. One of the guys who runs the national Swan net is that on Saturdays. Jay will fill us in again. I always forget because I'm doing something, and then I think a couple weeks ago I said, "Oh yeah, I got to get in on the Swan net," and well, gosh darn, I was an hour late. So there you go. I need to kind of put it on a post-it note or something up here. And of course, we got the time change coming up too. So, anyways, gosh darn, there was something else, and I'm not taking notes, but it is what it is. Everybody's well. Kevin says hello, and that's that. I'm going to make this my 73, and I'll listen out and go from there. Over to Ron, KD6 VWS and 9 AMI.
Okay, son, and 9 AMI, KD6 BWS, and yeah, I forgot to mention I'm on the Swan 350C, as usual, and using the Shure 404C microphone, and the usual long wire, and yeah, I was going to comment, Bill, you got the strongest signal, you're even stronger than George, so I'd say the loop is working. I mean, you're hitting up about 50 over on my S meter, which is very generous, but most everybody else is 40 over or less on the meter. Usually I subtract about 10 dB when I get reports. So if it says 40, I'll say, yeah, you're 30 over. But anyway, and yeah, Chris, you're coming in good. Sounding good. And yeah, Mike at KM6QQU, he brought a Atwater Kent Jewel box radio over last night. I checked all the tubes on it. It had two bad 26 tubes. They're, they're the old globe type, but then they also made some, shoulder type, but they were, they're four-pin tubes. They look just like the schematic of a 30 or an 01A, except they have an AC-DC filament. And that's the only tube I know that it has to be an AC-DC filament, so if anybody knows where I can find a pair of those, yeah, two of them have that radio, and they'll be ready to fire that sucker up, because he recapped it as much as he could get to. Some of it's full of tar, so I didn't change that. So anyway, and let's see, alrighty, well, let me send it down to the next Swan collector anyway. WB6MWL, Jay, go ahead and take it. KD6VWS. Okay, very good, Ron. KD6VWS, WB6MWL. Yeah, Phil, that's really strong here. Hey, hope you hear real quick there, Phil. I forgot to comment on that. And, take your time putting that stuff back in the kitchen. You got no hurry there. That's for sure. Nothing but time. Anyway, yeah, I have 8 swans here, 1 cubic, a cubic 1500 amplifier and a Swan Mark II amplifier. So that's, I think Bill's got me way detailed, John. It sounds like, because he's got silver full. That's for sure. I have sold off a few. I have a few more. And I traded a 500CX to Chris for this. I have an MCX5. You probably have heard that. And that is really a good rig. That turned out to be really a good rig, Chris. I did a little work on that, and I got the calibration right on, and it works very well. So I don't think I'll part with that, because some of those are real dogs to get set up properly. I think Ron can attest to that, about getting them on the same thing. Get that mechanical digital readout set. So anyway, that's a good deal. And Bill, I'm sorry I missed you there. I just set my mind that you checked in there. And we turn it over to you. And I didn't touch what you were running tonight, but you're over S9 here, good signal. K6LK and the Swan Group, WD6MWL. Okay, Jerry. WD6MWL, K6LK returning. Yeah, just on the Swan 140 here tonight. I'm sorry, 175. It's great front. It's not a cute 175 like John's got there, but I'm in the market for a cute 140. So if you know of any of those, I guess they're gold-colored front 140s out there, let me know. Some crazy guy on, I don't know if a particular person's crazy or not, but they wanted $260 for a Swan 140 on eBay, but I don't know, maybe they're dreaming, maybe that's what they're worth, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Jay, you can relax. I don't have 20 Swans yet, but I'm working on it, and and I don't have anything cubic. So you got me on that one, but I would welcome anything that Herb Johnson made, which would be, of course, the Atlases and the Swans. Well, we'll just see what shows up, what shakes down. Anyway, so I'll keep it short and back there to you. On the tubes, the Model 26 tubes. I'll check my stock. I have an Atwater Kent Kyle table. It's basically a Atwater Kent Model 55 that's been put into a 6-legged table. So I might have those those type 26 tubes. It sounds very familiar. Very familiar. So I'll give a check on that and maybe get you going on that restoration of that Atwater Kent jewel box you have there, Ron. That's a nice old radio. I guess it has the power supply in it. It probably is not a farm radio, so maybe that does have the power supply. But anyway, recapping is a good idea, especially after 100 years. You might want to do something about the electrolytics. Anyway, back there to you, Skip, and thanks for taking the net tonight. K6LGL, K6LK.
Well, thank you very much, Bill, and all the others. K6LK. This is K6LGL and the Swan Net. Hey, some interesting comments there. And finally, the Atwater Kent. Yeah, that's an old American classic. It'd be nice if you could get that going. Finding tubes is getting harder and harder. And there aren't too many made in the number. You're talking about something that's approaching close to 100 years, yes, depending when it was made. And if it's before 1922, or it will be around 1920 or so. But
I think it's probably a little bit later, maybe. So, but it's close to 100 years. Well, very good. I still would like to ask George as to where you found, or who found the photograph of the Swan organization and the entire facility there in Oceanside with the employee photograph. That's a nice souvenir of a company that, you know, came along, was quite successful. Rick Johnson certainly was more successful, I think, in his Swan line, although he did fairly well with 210, 215, the Atlas. But I don't know whether he made the money that he did with his tube equipment. So that's interesting, too. So, and sounds like you've got quite a collection there, Bill. You've got a whole bunch. So, you know, I'm not a collector of any particular radios, but I sort of appreciate all the interesting designs that, you know, came up, and I have appreciation for Gray, and certainly some Yasu and some Trio Kenwood, and also Inori Arcom, but along with it, you know, the Collins and helicopters, the National, and all the other stuff. So, but Swan is certainly among one of my favorites, that's for sure. Well, let's do this final 73 round, gentlemen. Thank you for showing up. I guess Phil didn't quite make it. Not Phil, but our friend Paul at C2LMQ. But perhaps he'll show up another time. So, let's go back to the top. And you might mention who came up or who found the photograph. Maybe one of the guys back east who operates the website. But anyway, glad you got hold of it, George. And good to hear all of you. So, and I agree that Phil has a very, very strong signal there. So he's doing very, very well there. Okay, over to you, George, and we'll do the final round here for the Swan. K6, where you like?
Yeah, okay, very good. Look at 6YEC. Well, I don't have any info on the photograph. Maybe Phil does. I'm not sure. He's not in for me. Mike had them, Mike N62YF. And I don't know if Wes did that. Cleaned them up or what the deal was. Mike was talking. Well, Phil, maybe you can give the information he's looking for. I just showed up there at Foster's and Mike had a folder with it. And apparently, Phil had gotten one already. I hadn't because I hadn't been around for a while. So he gave me one. And from that, where they all came from, I'm not sure. I didn't ask. Let's have a conversation with. And Chris, I sent you an email that gives you the time, coach practice time for W1A. And then I'm going to send you the frequency that they coach practice on. And it breaks it down, it tells you the time, it breaks it down to 5 words a minute, 10 words a minute, 15 words a minute, and so on and so forth. So you might want to check that out and see how that might fit your schedule. And you could actually practice, you know, the software to get some note code. You can do that. And then get right off the radio there from W1AW headquarters. And I think that's because I'm predicting from all kinds of different so there's a fun thing for you. It's just
Not too nice.
You're practicing the copy of CW. And if you did that diligently, consistently for a week or two, you use master 5 words a minute, no problem. And usually what happens, you get up to about...
You can actually hear how bad that guy's audio is. He's got it turned up so loud. The guy that's interfering. When he just keys the microphone, you hear the click and just the background noise. He's overdriving everything.
I wanted to get that, 15 words a minute. I wanted to get 15. And it was like I could just never do it. 13 is what the code said was. That's the general one. And then one day I sat down and I was copying easily. And it was just as simply the brain just, I don't know, the brain just stopped and bam, all of a sudden, yeah, you're able to copy. So don't be discouraged about it. But at any rate, I hope that's helpful to you too. So we can talk more about it at other time. All right. So let's dump the picture, dump the schedule and code. And what else did I put down there? Oh, that's Bill. That's Bill. You know, he's got a new amplifier, I think. He's playing an amplifier. He's driving his amplifier on chip with that 350, which is a 100-watt radio. So, yeah. I should have switched over to my loop just to compare, oranges with oranges. I'm on the coaxial flat top, which I've been using here on 75, because it works pretty close to the same as the loop, and I don't have to go back and forth to reset the tuner. And I'm not using a resonant antenna, it's just fun. But anyway, I think tonight you said, Bill, you were on the loop, so anyway, just kind of curious. 50 over 9. Yeah, that's generous. Okay, everybody. Good deal. We're fine on the 140. We'll keep our eyes open there for you, Bill. What did I start with? When I got back into ham radio 67, it was a 240. And I picked up a Swan 240, and I had a ball with that thing. I took it with me. I was in the National Guard, so I used to take it to weekend warrior stuff and the summer deal where we go out to the desert, up in the homeland, and I set up in the calm center. Was in a 26 van, and I put my Swan 240 in there.
Oh boy.
San Diego. Oh my goodness, was that a lot of fun? I can see it now. Brings back a lot of memories. All right, now it's over to my friend. Thanks for being part of
They're going to obliterate him. There's no reason for somebody to be throwing that much IMD 5 kilohertz down. .900 on the West Coast. These are the guys who just don't care. They don't care. This is one long 73 round, I'll tell you that. Usually you're supposed to kind of keep it short on the 73 round. And for those who don't know what 73 means, that means you're kind of leaving. Best regard. Last go around. Sorry, Chris, just not hearing you too good with the QRM. And I have to ride the volume on this radio. As you can see, there's not an S meter. And sometimes strong signals will really bring up the volume level, so in order to kind of be a little more friendly on the microphone here, I've got to ride it. And I'm sure it's blown it out quite a number of times tonight already. All right, here comes Phil.
You're putting a good signal tonight here, Chris. No problem copying you know. Yeah, I am running that amp. There, George, the 811, the Maritron, however it's pronunciated. So I'm running that in couple into my 350 Delta. Of course, I got the mic I got from the 444. And so, that's it. Yeah, Wes found the picture somewhere, and he digitized it, and put it on CD, and maybe 2 weeks ago, when you were over in Cuba, he brought them all and passed them out. He has the CD, so he can make more pictures when he wants to. He's a resident photograph person now. He does a lot of digital photography, and he took an old picture of my mom. It was all faded out and scratched up, and brought it back to life like brand new. It looks like it was just taken yesterday. So he's really good at doing digital photography and digital repair. Anyway, he made up a bunch of copies, and he gave me one 3 weeks ago, and then he brought the ones today for George and everybody else. I've got mine in a frame. It's hanging right here, basically in front of me, over the top of my 350 Delta on the wall. Rather neat picture. He said he found it in a magazine somewhere, and digitized it and made copies. So he said if anybody wants a copy, to get in touch with him, and he will make a copy for you. And really a neat picture. I've got a lot of good information in the picture itself. And with that, I'm going to say our good too. Everybody has been a very nice, interesting night. Perfect copy on everybody out there. No problem at all listening or understanding anything. Beautiful copy. And with that, I'll say 7-3 and sign out. And turn it on over to, I was going to say N9 AMI, but he's already signed out.
I'm going to turn the amp on.
I'll take a break in case N9 AMI hasn't signed out. And it's over to you, N6WHK.
Yeah, we'll make it real quick. 73 guys, and it's a shame we got this QRM here, but I am hearing everybody pretty much. Over to you, Ron, N9 AMI.
Alright, N9 AMI, 96 VWS, well, fine business. Yeah, you're really smart. jumping in here, but George came just about up to where you're at, so imagine conditions probably change a little bit in between, so that happens. But anyway, yeah, you're both slamming in here. Everybody's slamming in here pretty darn good. And yeah, and about that Atwater Kids, it's a Model 40. In 1927 is when they first came out with AC operated radios. It has the power supply built into it. Jewel box. I had a jewel box back before my house burned down. I picked up on the store. So the makes made that jewel box there, metal box with a slide-on top lid. And yeah, those are number 26 tubes. And yeah, thank you, Bill and Chris, both if you happen to have those.
I switched antennas. I got rid of some of that signal, the QRM.
Either here or on AMI net that you have and get a hold of you from there, get that working. But yeah, but it's still used a horn speaker. Anyway, well, they had that same chassis and some of the cabinets, floor model cabinets too, used that same chassis, number 40. Atwater Kids. There's a bunch of other numbers on the same video, I guess. But anyway, alrighty then. Yeah, well, like I say, everybody had nice, interesting conversations and good signals, so hey, it doesn't get much better than that on a Swan. So with that, I'll say my 73 and send it down to you, Jay, WB6NWL, KD6VWS.
Okay, Ron, KD6VWS, WB6MWL. And before I forget, George, the TR4CWRIT is sold. That's, somebody's going to pick it up at the next Claremont swap meet there. I forgot to comment on that. And that picture you're mentioning probably came off of the Swan, the Groups.io, and other Groups.io sites. The film on W488W, that's in North Carolina. That picture is also in the Swan compendium, basically, like the manual of all the the science now that compiled that. And, but I think it may be, the whole thing may be on the Groups.io. So all that whole was about 150-page paperback, 8.5 by 11. All things to do with Swans. I can't remember what year he came out with this. Early 2000s, probably. And they were available at a very reasonable price. I think it was $10 or $15 is what we charged for those. But a carload of information in that. He did a lot of research on that. Anyway, let's see if there's anything else. I don't think so. Good to hear everybody tonight. And oh yeah, the Swan, the 20 meter, John, if you're still listening, there's 14,292 at 1 o'clock. You probably already know that, but anyway, there will be no Swan 20 meter net tomorrow because of the CQ worldwide contest there. Just too much to deal with, too much QRM. So I'll say 73s and turn it over to Bill there, see if Bill's still there or has anything else. K6LK, WB6MWL.
Yeah, okay, Jay, WB6MWL, K6LK. Yeah, I just want to say 73, and I'm going to go up and talk to the bride for a while and see how things are doing. I've been doing electrical work around here, and it's, well, I had to redo it today because I wired it wrong yesterday, so there you go. Anyway, I'll catch you all later, and Anyway, I'm officially, I guess, Swan Junkie. Catch you later. K6LGL to take it. K6LK 73.
Okay, Bill. Well, welcome to the Swan Junkie officially. K6LK and the Swan Net. K6 Little Green Light. Well, very good. Very good. Interesting comments there. And I suspect you're right, Jay. It probably came out of the site there from the W4 back on the East Coast. They seem to have done quite a bit of research and promoted many things in the Swan lore. I'm just surprised nobody here in California followed that up. Anyway, one of my friends in Pacific Palisades, I think it was WB6, whatever it's called, truck. He used a Swan, I think, 500 or 500C he had. And we didn't want to do anything on 20 meters there. Of course, he had a TH6, the big Yagi. So that helped too. Gentlemen, always a pleasure. Thank you for supporting the net. Appreciate it. And glad that you sold your TR4 Model C type. Okay. Well, it's an interesting one. You know, dropped the classic triple conversion to receiver, went back to a more basic thing, but I like the R4 concept. There's something to be said for it. The one thing that both Hammerland and Drake had in their part of the filtering, especially Hammerland, using the LC networks, provides a beautiful audio instead of the sharp thing of the crystal filters and mechanical filters. But, you know, that's subjective too. Object is to be heard. Gentlemen, 73, any final comments? Guys, and it'll close the net at 8:39 in about 50 seconds or so. So, good night, everybody. K6 Little Green Light. Net is closed.
Okay, guys. Well, that is going to be the Swan Net for tonight. And hope you enjoyed it. That's Saturday, October 29th, 2022. A little bit different tonight with the laviler microphone on me. And, you know, we had some QRM from above us. Apologize for that. It's kind of uncontrollable. But that's how it is to operate some of these old rigs. You don't have a lot of the filtering and stuff you have in the new rigs. You don't have passband tuning on a lot of these old rigs, and this one especially is just very archaic, we'll say. But it's fun to operate. We enjoy them, and if you guys like this and want to see more, so you get kind of dinged, like, share, and subscribe on the YouTube channel, and we'll catch you again. This is at 9 AMI.